Hey everyone, it's video time again. This week I got a couple different things to talk about. I got some cool videos of lots of stuff going on around here. First off, I talked about it last week. My godkids came to play along with their mom Alex. Big thanks on Alex for this kick-ass new lipstick. I'm super excited about it because it touches my little cold black heart so much. I love dark lipsticks. But we had a fun time hanging out. DJ, love that kid to death. He's a little terror, so the dogs have mild PTSD. But we had a lot of fun, and we had a good time running around. I took him out to the sand hills, which I got lots of fun videos of.
What are you doing, DJ?
I'm playing in glass.
You're playing in glass? That's not glass, it's sand.
You know what would be really smart?
What?
To put a string through these, and then attach it to like the tether at the top of the sand hill.
That's very smart. Are you bringing me some sand?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't need that shoe anyways. You gonna cover the whole foot? Oh, don't flip sand on me. That's not nice. Oh no! No!
Or did it enough? Shit.
Now lean back.
It's not working.
Lean back.
It's not working.
Now push.
Oh god.
There you go. You're made of like 2 steps. Are you going real far? Oh, no, where am I going, Mom? Oh, what is it, Miss Lily? Huh, what are you doing? You doing it boardless, DJ? You want to roll down the hill? No? Just gonna scoot your way to victory. You're like an inchworm. Good job, inchworm. Come on, DJ, you can do it. Run, 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 run. Run, run, run. You're almost to the top. Look how big that hill is. Whoa, great job. Hey, where are you going? Don't run away and join the sand people. Come back. You want water? You up there?
I'm down here.
Lily's just like, yeah, sand. This is cool. I'm bored. Ow!
What happened? And they were super cute, and we had a great time, and I'm really glad that they got to come. Fingers crossed, I'll get to see their mom in a couple weeks. Fingers crossed. Really hope so. Part of while they were here, we went into Odessa and into Midland and kind of went thrift shopping a little bit. And I realized something about this area that I did not know when we originally moved here, which is their clothing selection at the thrift stores is terrible. It's so bad. There's just nothing. But I mean, my plan is at some point in the next week or so I'm gonna go back into town and go check out a couple of the thrift stores we couldn't hit because the kids were getting a little grumpy and it was time for a nap, so we had to come back. But I'm hoping maybe I'll find some hidden gem of a thrift store that has some good clothes there. I did find a couple things that I'm really excited about. So as far as clothing goes, this is kind of my selection that I was able to pick up on our first thrift trip. This is just kind of like a plain black top. This is, although it looks super solid and thick, it actually is kind of a nice, mildly see-through material, and I'm probably going to improve upon that. This is this cute little black slinky dress. This is a super cool piece because it actually is like tulle, so you can 100% see through it, and it's got this black slip underneath it, which I'm probably going to remove because I'm not a big fan of the slip. I think it's kind of gross. This is just kind of a plain, boring-ish black dress thing. Another kind of plain, black, boring dress thing. This one's kind of a tube top though, so I'm probably going to turn it into just like a skirt. This is my absolute favorite thing I got. It's that super soft kind of faux fur material, and it's a hoodie. And my plan is I'm going to turn it into like a faux fur vest. I think it'll be pretty cool when it's all said and done. This one, originally when I bought it, was this really stark white, and I went ahead and gave it a dye bath to kind of darken it up a little bit. It didn't take the dye super great, but it is now a really pretty kind of gray, which will be much easier to work with. And it's see-through lace. Ooh, I love the lace. So pretty. And then this piece is just this long, it's almost like a suede material. That my thinking was I was gonna make kind of like a duster style vest. Maybe I'd like cut the arms off of something and attach it to it, or maybe just build like a cool collar and then like add some cool stuff to the end of it. But my thinking was it was gonna be modified into more of a jacket than a skirt, or yeah, a dress thing. Yeah, so this is what I got. My favorite thing that I found is I found not one, but 2 sets of armor. One is like a clear BMX plate. Ooh, it's clear. You can see everything. Ooh, I'm so cool. Yeah. Ha. And the other is just kids' black football pads. I'm so tough. Look at my armor. I play football. Armor. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to turn both these pieces into really cool pieces. I've already kind of started working on the black ones. I pulled all the stickers off the clear piece to see what would happen. And I tried to sand down the black a little bit to get rid of some of the big emblems and stuff on it, but I got some cool plans for it. And although our costuming thrift shop trip didn't go quite as planned, oh, I also found a baseball bat. Forgot to mention that. Totally super awesome baseball bat, which I have already sanded down to silver, and I'm gonna do some cool costuming stuff with that. This one is way less involved than the armor videos. Baseball bat. Get your nose out of my vagina. But on the same note as weapons and kind of weird things, our thrift trip itself, moderate success. It went okay. I'm not complaining too hard. On the way home, there's an exit between here and Odessa that looks like the entire place just got dropped out of Fallout. And I've been joking for a couple weeks now that I wanted to go check it out and go see what was around. And Alex is always a super awesome influence on me to do things I'm not supposed to do. and we went and checked it out, and we found some really cool junk out there, and I grabbed a couple pieces.
So first we got this cool old TV with these awesome dials and all of this stuff on the inside. And I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do with it, but it's pretty cool. And we got this tire with all of the side completely shredded all the way around. And then this one I've already started cutting on. These two pieces were mildly connected from little pieces of the inner tube that was still intact, but I managed to pull them apart and get stuff done. And on this one I've still got a couple more pieces I can pull off, and I'm really excited about it. And then I got this super cool metal pole. End of it's buried in the grass, and it's super heavy and loud. And then I got this tire. This actually was the first tire we grabbed and we found, and it's all fun and warped. And I gotta figure out how to cut through all the steel wiring, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
So I'm really excited about what I'm gonna be able to do with all of those to see how I can improve upon the wastelandiness. Most excited about those tires. There potentially is gonna be another trip out there to go see if I can find some more stuff, because we were fighting a storm, the kids were ready to go, they were cranky, we were trying to be quick, we didn't have a whole lot of space because we had 2 kiddos in the back seat, but maybe we'll head out there again very soon. Very excited. In costuming news, I'm really excited to announce that the costume cave is getting really close to being done. I have managed to unpack most of the boxes, and it's getting a little closer to where I want it to look.
Costume cave update. I've managed to get most of the stuff that was in boxes out of the boxes, which is really nice. Got a little bit of art up on the walls already. Some cool pieces that I've done in the past. Interesting things. I do still have art and stuff on the ground, and I still have a couple boxes to get through. My plan is for this wall, where I've got a bunch of my cool stuff, I want to do shelves all the way up here along the top, so that I've got lots of storage for like art pieces and things that I don't necessarily use but I really like, and they kind of help me stay inspired. And then all of my wasteland stuff is sitting in a pile on the ground. Here's some of that tire that I pulled apart. And I got a bunch of stuff to go through, and I've just got a giant pile of armor sitting in the corner that I need to get mannequins and stuff for. My new air compressor. Ooh. This is going to be my actual work desk. And it's still got a little bit of stuff on it, but I've managed to get it mostly cleaned off. The only problem right now is, although I have this cool work desk, I don't have a work chair. I've just got this camp chair, and it's kind of way too short to fit. Like, let's see if I can show you. So this is how it sits in comparison to the table. So basically it's like it puts the table at head height, which is not useful. So a new chair is high on the priority list. This is my costume closet inside. You can see I've got a whole bunch of old costume pieces and stuff like that. And right now I've got my wigs in here and some hats in here. There's some more costumes on this side. And then piles of costume shoes. Lots of boots, because I have lots of boots. And then these clothing are all my new stuff for Wasteland that I need to go through and figure out what I'm gonna do with it. But I decided I wasn't gonna hang these up yet because I still need to work on them before I can officially consider them costume pieces. Yeah, so this is the update on the costume cave. Yay! Look at all these feathers. Feathers. Oh, are you jealous? Oh, hey, feathers. You're so sexy. Oh, yeah, feathers.
And that's kind of my ideas. I want to put a bunch of cool extra artwork. I want to do this giant cork board all over one wall. We'll see how that goes. That way I have some place to hang up like my concept sketches and all my ideas and stuff like that, so I've got a good way to organize it. And the major thing I'm going to need there is I'm going to need tons and tons and tons of storage, because I have all these cool little bits and baubles that I've collected, and I've got more bits and baubles that I'm in the process of collecting, and I need a good place to put those pieces while they're not finished, that's out of the way, but they can still stay protected. Fingers crossed it'll all work out okay. And talking about my costume cave, something that's really important to me is having some sort of motivation whenever I'm doing stuff. And I'm one of those people, I can't stand the quiet. It's like, if there's no sound, I like mildly go crazy a little bit. Like I expect something bad to happen. So when I'm doing big projects, when I'm costuming and building props and things like that, and even when I'm doing my makeup and stuff, I have to have TV playing. People are like, oh, you can just listen to music. I can't just listen to music. Music does nothing for me. Well, it does, like, I enjoy music, but creativity-wise, zero influence. So I love to watch TV whenever I'm doing stuff, and I'll usually pull it up on my phone, or I'll pull it up on my tablet, or if I'm in if I'm in the office or I'm in the living room when I'm working on stuff, I'll just put it on the TV or the computer. But I have a couple of shows that are really important to me on my creative side, and don't laugh at me too hard. The #1 TV show I watch whenever I'm costuming is RuPaul's Drag Race, because I think it's a very creative show. I deeply enjoy it. Because they're doing things like making their own costumes and doing acting challenges and singing. And first off, let's just go into the makeup. The artistry of changing the entire shape of your face is something I've always been fascinated with, and just watching the show kind of brings me back to when I was 18 years old, because the first place I lived after I moved out of my parents' house is I lived in the neighborhood in Fort Worth, and I worked at a little cafe that was owned by the gay bar, and drag queens were kind of like my #1 patrons for most of the weekend, because they had shows to do and they needed food, and they'd come over and get food from me. So there's that touch of nostalgia, and then there's also just the artistry of what they're doing. Kind of helps, especially when I'm doing costumes. Really helps kind of get me in that mood to build something cool. And then the second show I watch, again, don't judge me, is Ink Master, because anybody who knows me knows I'm obsessed with tattoos. I have 4 currently. I have at least 3 or 4 more planned already that I'm just waiting to get. From the time I was a really young girl, I've known that I wanted to have a lot of tattoos done. And watching people take something from a piece of paper and put it into skin, and all the different challenges they have to do, it really helps me kind of motivate myself into that creative mindset that a lot of artists have. So those are my guilty pleasure costuming, props making, artisty, TV show things. I love them so much. So if you're from RuPaul's Drag Race or Ink Master, please come touch my life. I love you so much. Alright, moment done. So next up on the agenda of what's going on in my life right now, I'm currently having a bit of a sad moment. Bloo, my super awesome iguana, has injured his toe. It's one of those. I checked it. After his back injury, I've become pretty well versed in kind of iguana medical needs. It's like I can minorly kind of figure out what's going on. This one, There's no skin discoloration, everything looks fine, and it does happen with iguanas. Sometimes they'll break their toes. But I think that's what happened, is he was climbing around and he fell and snagged his toe real bad, and I got a little bit, I was sad about it.
Da-dun, da-dun. Da-dun, da-dun. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Blue is sitting halfway in his food bowl, making a giant mess. You a mess maker? Say yes, I make messes, 'cause it's fun. Getting so big, getting so big. But look at his poor toe. It's not gonna focus, but look at that poor toe. Poor Blue, poor Blue.
Isn't his toe so sad? Oh, I feel so bad that I didn't even realize it happened. I was taking him out for his bath and I was like, what the hell's going on with your toe? Your toe's not supposed to look like this. This is wrong. So it was very sad. Hopefully it'll be okay. If it doesn't improve or starts to get worse, we're going to be making a trip to the vet very soon. In other news, I am super excited because for Labor Day weekend, my family is coming into town. Well, part of my family. My mom and my stepdad and maybe my sister and her boyfriend. Fingers crossed I got the time off. But they're going to get to come in for like 4 days, come spend some time with me, and they're going to be bringing in a couple of things that I really need. Like my mom has some shelving and stuff for the costume cave, and I potentially am getting a sewing machine, so fingers crossed. Still gotta learn how to sew. But we're gonna have a good weekend. We're debating making a trip over to El Paso or Carlsbad or somewhere along the range for a day or so and seeing what's to do out there. Or we may just hang out here in town and just kind of work on stuff and have a good time. We'll see. Well, I think that about covers it for this week. The puppies are doing wonderfully and are super duper adorable, and so I decided that this week it would be super fun to close out the video with some video of their favorite game, which is I throw the ball for Moose and Squirrel tries to steal it. So here you go. Thanks for watching. Please share, please comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your family's friends and your friend's family, and see you next week. All right, you ready?